Welcome back to Wrapped, everyone. I am your
Going on, guys?
What's going on? I'm your co-host, Colton Hinderliter. I'm here with my good friend and co-host.
Ryan Key.
How are you doing, Ryan? What's going on?
I'm good. Just been working. I just finished filming a show for the Birmingham Black Repertory Theater Company, which was a lot of fun. It's gonna be really cool. Keep an eye out for that. But other than that, I've just been chilling, working, applying for more jobs, trying to be an adult.
That's right, man.
Y'all can have it back, but since we're here,
Yeah, man. I feel you. Yeah, I've just been working and just been working as well, trying to
yeah,
keep this show going and
the good
trying
old
to
Daxco.
good old Daxco and just trying to like relax, because life outside
Dude,
in the world is like so crazy that
self-care is important during this
yeah,
time.
it's really important. This weekend I really hammered on it, big time because I really needed it. The tank is low right now.
Yeah.
I need some fuel,
Yes.
so
Very low.
need to go to a damn gas station and get some self care and soul. That being said, let's talk about it. We had a good little 2 week run of music. Anything that released, August 15th through 28th. We're kind of gonna dig into here. Some very interesting pieces have occurred since we last talked.
Yeah.
We
Some
also
cool
were
ones though,
some cool ones.
I
We
think.
also were
Some cool
just
ones.
we were just talking. Last episode we talked about WAP. I just want to let everyone know that there is the website genius.com, which in my opinion is the best place to go find lyrics of
Yeah, absolutely.
anything ever. In my opinion, it mainly is geared towards hip hop, I think, but they cover it all.
It's expanded beyond.
Yeah, big time, big time. Like when a thing drops on Friday, like you'll see Taylor Swift's and like 1975 lyrics up there. It's not
Yeah.
just a
It'll
hip
be up
hop
there by
thing.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be up there by Sunday. So like kids are looking at that site for any and everything. That being said, I just was telling Ryan, we ran the numbers. WAP is the most viewed song and fourth most viewed song, I should say, of all time on Genius Lyrics right now. It has in less than a month, because that came out like what, 3 weeks ago, basically.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, like almost 4 weeks ago. It has 12.4 million page views, which when you put it in perspective of like Taylor Swift's Cardigan had like 100 or 200,000 in its first few weeks. When you think about that, like Taylor Swift as this megastar, and then you think about how it's the fourth most viewed song of all time, and the most viewed song is Despacito. It has 24 million, so it's about
Okay.
double the amount of
Yeah.
WAP. But like Despacito has been out for like 3 or 4 years and was an international
Yeah,
hit.
for sure.
This is a song in English, and the other song, I guess I'm not counting Justin Bieber's part in
Yeah.
Despacito. The other song, number two, that's also in English, is Eminem's Rap God with 16 mil.
Oh
It's
yeah, because nobody knows what the fuck he's saying in that song.
exactly, and it broke a world record at one point,
Yeah.
and it's only 4 mil shy from WAP. So if you give WAP a year, WAP might be the second most viewed song of all time.
I think it like in a year, I feel like he could probably break it because because it's gonna keep being brought up in like political conversations.
Yep. And then when the
What's
Grammys
important?
happen, if the Grammys nominate it or if the Grammys snub it, people gonna go look.
Especially if they snub it.
Yeah,
If it gets nominated, everybody will be like, okay. But if they snub it, it's gonna be a thing.
exactly.
Um,
So
so
just want to,
the growth is just gonna be ridiculous.
yeah, like just want to think about that for a second. Like these two women dropped a song, and in 3 weeks, it became the fourth most viewed song of all time on the number one lyrical analysis website in the world. That's
It's our power is undeniable.
it's insane. Yeah, it's insane. So just wanted to put that out there in the universe. Anyways, let's kick it off. I've got a couple singles I just want to briefly touch on here real quick. So firstly, let's talk about my boy Toby Lou.
Toby,
Toby
I
is
listen to this.
dropping.
I really like it.
It's so good. Yeah.
I really
But
like it.
my boy Toby Lou is dropping a new album. in October.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Make
kind
the
of
cutoff.
I kind of
That's so
forgot.
nice.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that for a second.
Had he had he been like announcing it?
Yeah, he announced it with one post. It was a couple of
Okay.
weeks ago, and it was very random. It was, you know what? It was right after Buff Baby went gold, and he dropped
Okay.
the triple EP song Lingo Star.
Yeah.
Drop it that the next day as like a celebration kind of vibe, and then that same day he also announced new album Parish Blue, October 2020,
Hmm.
and he put like the album cover is just like his little face with the stars around it, that
Yeah.
iconography, but it's just blue.
Okay.
So no real clue like what even it's going to consist of, because I was thinking
Yeah.
like what's he going to put on here, because he just dropped this song pretty much
Hmm.
21st, which is what we're kind of talking about here. But if we go back, there's Lingo Star, which is three songs. He thinks of it as
But I
one
feel like Lingo
song.
Star is its own thing.
He literally said, I only split it up into three pieces because I wanted fans to be able to say, oh, I like that one part, so I'm going to go to that part and not have to
Yeah.
skip through 4 minutes to find it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one song. I don't think it's going to be on there.
No.
I think pretty much will. I think
Yes.
neither here nor there. Maybe skincare tutorial. I don't
I don't
know.
think so.
I don't think so. There was Hot Tub Dream and Time Machine. I'm curious if this whole like triple green, like Uncle Iroh thing
Yeah.
he had going from December is going to be on there. Or it could just be completely new music. Who the heck
Hmm.
knows?
I would either way it'd be dope.
Either
'Cause I
way,
feel
it'd
like
be
if he
dope.
puts those on there, there's gonna be a lot more music to go with it. It's not just gonna be like those songs and like three more. It'll be like those songs and like 10, 10 other ones.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, his last album, I wondered too, because I mean, his last album was 22 tracks. It
He
needed to be
does do
though.
the long ones.
He does. It needed to be because he was coming off of EPs only,
Hmm.
6 track a piece. So his fans were like,
Yeah,
Toby, we're really hungry for a long album. So I'm
and he did
wondering,
it, and he did it very
he
well.
did it really well. So I'm wondering, like, is he going to say like, okay, I proved I can do this once, I'm going to do it again, or is he just going to be a little bit more picky and be like, 16 tracks?
Yeah.
A lot of questions, a lot of questions, just even on the date, because all he said was October. Did not say a date in October.
Hmm.
So I don't
So
know.
sometime during the month of October.
Sometime in the month of October. In the meantime, here's some more singles. Pretty much new single, Mega Chill.
Hmm.
Just a solid song. Like once again, just dropping great chill tracks. All right, let's talk about my boy Travis Scott dropping his first single or song for a motion picture for Tenet, which is the new Christopher Nolan movie with John David Washington, who we see floating here on the cover. I am excited
Robert
as hell for this
Pattinson.
movie. Yeah,
Yes,
Robert
I really want to
Pattinson.
see it.
I really want to see it,
I
but
really
I
want to see it.
I
It looks
don't.
good.
It looks so good. I want to see it in IMAX. Um,
I want to see it in the dome.
I've
Shout out
been
McQueen.
I've been to the Dome once, and I saw Christopher Nolan's last film there, Dunkirk, in the Dome.
Yeah,
It was not a good experience for my neck at all.
I
Um,
saw Interstellar at the dome.
I bet you that was cool because it was like a planetarium vibe
Yeah, and it was
then.
space. So
Exactly. I can see that working. I saw Interstellar at Patton Creek IMAX, and now I live by
okay,
that thing, and I plan to go see it then there. Maybe it depends. I mean, it's coming out this weekend in the US. It's already been
yeah.
out for 2 weeks
I'm gonna wait until it
internationally.
comes on like streaming because I'm not going
Yeah.
to a movie theater.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like,
I don't want to do that. I don't trust y'all. That's a
yeah,
lie. I do
I
trust
might I'm gonna have
some
to
of y'all.
think. I'm gonna think about
Questionable.
it. Like I might run some numbers, see how it's
Hmm.
doing on like a regional, like Alabama scale. Like if no one's going to see it after a month and it's still in theaters, I might just strap on a damn mask and bring a
There's
blanket
a
and
place
pull
in
up.
Huntsville where you can rent out the whole theater.
Oh, really?
It's like $100
It's actually not
total. So
bad.
if you just like get a bunch of people, like 4 or 5 people together, you can rent out a theater for $100.
It's actually not bad. I
Yeah,
really wish I should look into this. I really wish they were showing it at the drive-in because they just did Sidewalk Film Festival
yeah,
out there.
that'd be
If they
cool.
show it at the drive-in, I'm pulling up to the drive-in. Either way, who knows if how or
Hmm.
when soon we'll get to see it. It looks incredible. Travis Scott then made a song for it, which Travis Scott and Christopher Nolan, one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite artists together. Like
I was not ready for this.
I was not ready.
I
I
was
love
not prepared.
Yeah, and it's produced by Ludwig, because he did the score
Yeah,
instead of Hans Zimmer.
which explains why when I first listened to it, I was like, "This is the weirdest Travis Scott song I think I've ever heard."
It is very weird.
But I really like it.
I liked it. I like it too. I liked the
It
art.
took me a couple listens, but then I like kind of caught up with it. I would
Same.
love to hear like a Travis Scott Bond theme. This made me want Travis Scott to do like a Bond theme song,
Yo, you're
but like
so
it'd be super
right.
dark
Yeah.
and like kind of like more writings on the wall than whatever. When what was it? Chris Cornell. Whenever they did it, Soundgarden did it for Casino
Yeah.
Royale.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be like more like dark sounding, like some of the more recent ones, like kind of like Billy's. It's gonna. I think him doing a Bond theme song would be so unexpected.
That is a great point. I saw today someone like they were talking about Tenet and they said basically it's like Bond on steroids. Like that's how they kind of
Hmm.
describe it. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
can see that. Like even with this picture, very Bond-esque.
Yes.
That was a great point. But
Him
yeah, I thought
floating.
that the song was cool. It was cool to see him because he really likes Christopher Nolan. He also likes John David Washington. He was previously on Ballers. Remember
Yes.
that episode where he was in the hot tub?
Yes.
So he's like
Just
they've
chilling.
just chill like what's up, Trav? He was in like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So they've talked like before. So it was kind of cool to see that come full circle. Also, John David Washington is a beautiful man.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say like he's so good looking and a great
Oh yeah.
actor.
Dude,
Like,
his performance in Black Klansman is highly underrated.
oh yeah, yeah, Black
Highly
Klansman is
underrated.
fantastic. Yeah, he's so good. He also has a great beard. Um,
Yes.
Lastly, let's my singles for now. Let's talk about "Entrepreneur" by Pharrell Williams featuring Jay-Z. This was a track
Dropped the
that
same day as Nas.
dropped the same day as Nas. There was so much like the idea of just like black like unity and excellence flowing on last Friday. It was wild. Because he dropped this with a Times magazine that Pharrell
Yeah.
Williams himself completely curated and like was all about the black
Which
entrepreneur.
is
Like
super steak.
super
Yeah.
cool. Like I haven't read it, but I want to. I need to go to the store and buy a copy, but it apparently has
Hmm.
like interviews with like Tyler and Jay-Z and other black entrepreneurs who are also featured in the music
Yeah.
video for this. Um,
Okay.
the song itself is very interesting. Like I like the beat of it. I like the whole like black man, black man, black man. That whole part was cool.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that he did a lot of whispering at the
Yeah. He
beginning.
also didn't have his 4 count
It did not have his four
at the
count.
beginning.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It's so interesting. Yeah, it did not have that.
I had to go back 'cause I kept thinking I was just missing it, but it just wasn't. It's not there.
Yeah, yeah. You're so right. Wow, that's wild. And Jay Z's verse I thought was good. I enjoyed the bars on there.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
just think it's wild that since Ether, even though like they have since squashed their beef, Nas and Jay-Z always release music, and it's mostly Jay-Z's fault, but he mostly releases music the same day as Nas.
yeah, I know,
And it's
right?
just like, I know it could be unintentional, but nothing's unintentional. You're too smart for that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild and just seeing that. But I like the song. It took me like a listen to get kind of into it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I also once again Pharrell whispered on this thing. He said,
Hmm.
"Whoa, 21 Savage did that 2 years ago. You know, what'd be great on this song is if I
The whisper.
right in your ear like a rat." Like it was just like this. I laughed at it at first, but then I was like,
Yeah.
actually, this is a
It
vibe.
kind of hits.
No, it 100% hits because once
It
again,
kind of hits. It's great.
Pharrell Williams does not make bad music.
Oh, never have, never will.
Exactly.
Ever. He
So
can't. I don't like. It's just there's just something wrong with him. He can't do it.
yeah, those all dropped on I think it was August 21st. So go check those out. They're also on our playlist, which FYI I'm currently using for this entire episode. You can go listen to all of these songs on our Spotify playlist. Link is in our Instagram. But Ryan, please go ahead with whatever you have to offer us tonight.
All right. So the first one I want to talk about is Porter Robinson.
Right.
He released a song called Mirror, and it is legendary. Porter Robinson is also another guy that I don't think it shared correctly. Hold on. I hate my computer.
I saw it. I saw a song called Mirror. It was just very small.
All right. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know why it's being dumb. Anyway. Oh well, we're just not gonna share it. So Porter Robinson released a song called Mirror, and it Porter Robinson is great at setting a tone with his music and setting he's very good at setting moods with everything that he does.
Right.
And like he's very good at taking you on a journey through like a very distinct soundscape. And the song is just one of the best examples of him doing that because it's never intense in a way, but it's always very, very nice and it makes you feel good in your soul. He makes the kind of like electronic music that you can like sit down and write a book to and just have listened to one song for like 6 hours and you won't get tired of it because most of it is that beautiful and that continuous, and it's really, really nice. So the next thing I want to talk about is Aluna released, which was surprised to me was actually her debut album.
I saw this and I was like mad confused because I was like, Aluna George? And then
Yeah,
it was like just Aluna.
It's her. So like I remember she did a live stream a couple weeks ago and I was like, okay, it's good to see that she's still DJing and whatnot. And like doing things because she if you like it, it is one of the best songs ever. Just it's by I believe DJ Snake. So if you like it then it drives you insane. That song is the best. There's also a really great acapella version, but that's a different conversation. But her album Renaissance, I listened to it probably 12 times.
Wow.
Since
it just came out.
It's so good.
Add it to my list.
Like it's just been on repeat. Like it's great. It's going to be high on my list for sure. But it's really cool to hear because she has a very very distinct voice. And I think a very, very unique perspective because she's been like around for a minute. Like, and her DJ sets are always incredible. So it's really, really cool to see her kind of step out and do this and like fully. I feel like this could really help her get recognized through like in the EDM community as more of a force to be reckoned with and not just that one person that sang on that one thing a couple years ago. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and
she got K-Tronda on.
I know.
K-Tronda on the song, and it's great.
That's awesome.
I'd highly recommend it. You would very much enjoy this.
I feel like I would.
You would very much enjoy this.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping my list. Kind of keeping in the EDM train since we arrived here. There's an artist named Whipped Cream, and she put out an EP called "Who Is Whipped Cream," and Whipped Cream has probably one of the most unique and distinct styles of anyone producing music today. Like if you like hear a Whipped Cream song, most of the time your initial reaction will be, what? I like this, but what is happening? And this is like just full of that. And it's so distinctly her. And I love that not her debut, but like her debut project to a lot of people is this unique and this different because there's like kind of slower tracks on there. There's Little Xan.
I know. We got two.
That's the only thing I really like am not a super big fan of on this album is Little Xan and Baby Goth being on it because I just don't like Little Xan, and Baby Goth is freaky to me. Like just kind of scares me a little bit. If you know what I'm talking about. But it's really, really unique. Like I don't know how to describe it well. You're definitely either gonna really, really like it or you're really not gonna like it, and it's gonna make you a little uncomfortable.
Right.
That makes sense. But that just because it's so distinct and so jarring to the ears, kind of like Clipping, which is a David Diggs's noise rap group. I've never met somebody that was on the fence about Clipping. You either really understand it or you really don't. And that's something that I always find interesting when artists are able to separate themselves sonically from everybody else, and it's not like disingenuous or feels weird, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just their style.
Yeah, it's just distinct. It's them, you know?
Yes. And I just want to talk about the importance of Dat Piff and how everybody who did not realize that you could listen to No Ceilings by Lil Wayne before it popped up on Apple Music.
I know. It's crazy.
Dat Piff is an app that you can get on your phone, and you can listen to almost any mixtape you would. They are all on there.
Yeah.
We've been using it for years, and I just thought it was funny. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's on streaming," and I was like, "It has been. You just haven't used the most popular mixtape app of all time, I guess."
Yeah.
Totally weird.
I had to use in the last episode, if you guys have watched our topics episode on I'm ranked Logic's discography, and I was screen sharing Dat Piff because his first 4 mixtapes are only available on Dat Piff, and they will never be available on streaming because there's no way he can get the sample clearances from them, because man literally made a 22-track mixtape and just ripped Michael Jackson and the Beatles and Drake. It's just like the sample clearances will put him like immediately from the top 1% to the bottom 99%.
In debt.
So yeah,
all the way in debt.
So you gotta go to Dat Piff for any of those things that you can't get the sample cleared. You're going to Dat Piff, or you may go to SoundCloud. You may go to SoundCloud, but you definitely.
But you can't. You really put it up on SoundCloud anymore because they'll flag you quicker than anybody nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a little bit ridiculous.
Fun fact about Porter Robinson that you may or may not be aware of, so I'm just gonna say it anyways. So all of his cover art, at least recently, for all the singles he's been dropping, is done by a guy named Samuel Borges Johnson. He's the creative director for the 1975. He does
I didn't make that connection. Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, he does all of their typography and cover art.
I know who that is. That's really cool.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and he posts always about his work. He does stuff for other people under the 1975's record label Dirty Hit, and then he's been posting Porter Robinson stuff lately. For sure. And I was like, oh shoot, he's Porter Robinson's like creative director for his cover art now.
That's really great. Yeah,
that's really dope.
So the last thing I want to talk about before I turn it over to you is Restoration by Lecrae.
Ah, yes.
Great album. I really enjoy this.
It is really good.
I personally like All Things Work Together better than this one.
I also agree.
But I think that's just mostly because I like fiery. Like, this Lecrae is good and like passionate and whatnot, but I just like really, really fiery Lecrae, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But this one got pretty fiery. I enjoyed this perspective from him because he was doing a Q&A, and somebody asked him, "Are you ever going to do a song with NF?" And he said, "I mean, yeah, I'd be down." But and then he mentioned how he thought it was interesting that NF is formerly a Christian rapper, still kind of is, but he was used to like tour with guys like Lecrae and Tedashii. And then when he crossed over, everybody just kind of went with it. And then when Lecrae started to cross over, he got tons and tons of criticism from people. And it was just kind of something that was interesting that he pointed out. And I thought, because it's true, like you don't ever hear criticism about NF going from Christian rap to secular rap, but like Lecrae got and still gets tons and tons of criticism for it, and it's just him branching out. Like Staringo said in Secession, he was like, sometimes I don't need the word, sometimes I need a friend. And it was like, these are the albums that you can show people to be like, listen to this, never down. I will say my favorite song on this is the song with Kirk Franklin. It is just superior.
Mm-hmm.
This whole there's not to say I don't like any songs on the album, but Sunday Morning with Kirk Franklin is my favorite thing that he's put out recently. I liked it better than any of the singles. I liked the BJ the Chicago Kid feature a lot,
I do
but I
too.
also ride hard for BJ the Chicago Kid.
Same.
I like. I will say, I thought even though Sunday Morning is my favorite song, I thought Zombie was the most interesting song
Zombie is really
on
good.
here. Just because I didn't expect that kind of sound direction from him on this album, if that makes sense. Like it
Hmm.
was like kind of threw me for a loop there for a second. I was like, huh, this is what we're doing. All right, I'm into it. And it was cool. But yeah, go listen to Restoration by Lecrae.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this album a lot too. It was a lot of fun, listening to it. Like I listened to all the singles. I enjoyed honestly all of the singles.
Yeah,
And then hearing the full work. I also watched the like mini documentary he put on YouTube. It's like 30 minutes, just
yeah,
about like
that was really cool to
it was
get to
really
watch that
cool.
process.
Yeah, like seeing, he was, coming from the journey from All Things Work Together, which was extremely controversial to a lot of people because he was like, I'm black and proud. And people were like,
Yeah,
no. And he's like, I don't really like love everything the church says. And people were like,
hmm
no. And so
because
he was
it's
like,
true.
it's true.
The
And he
church
was
is on some BS sometimes.
yeah, he
Just
was just pointing out hypocrisy and he was making changes in his life. And then seeing him go do that, and then seeing him do Let the Trap Say Amen, and then trying to really head reach and basically be the Jay-Z of Christian hip hop and just
yeah,
run a business. And just like the amount of strain it put on him, the amount of
like the
unhappiness
biggest
that he felt.
independent, like one of the biggest independent Christian labels ever.
Yeah. And like, but as he said, like I woke up one day and I'm mega successful. I have a beautiful family. I could have everything in the world that I could possibly want, and yet I'm like the unhappiest I've ever felt my entire life. And just like
Yeah,
watching like someone go inside of themselves, and also too like I think a lot of people feel these kind of feelings in the times that we're going through in all of 2020. And even prior
hmm
to it, maybe you feel the way that he's felt for certain reasons, and just kind of seeing like
yeah,
him say, you know what, I need to do me, and I need to make an album and a book and a documentary that is just about me doing me. And
hmm
mad respect for the man.
yeah, for
Icon,
sure.
absolute, like just like this album I think cemented him as just being like an icon in like his
Hmm
space basically. um
Yeah,
let's kick things off on my end album wise with an EP from Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan.
Troye Sivan,
It's so good.
bro, I'm so glad you listened to it
It's so
because
good.
it's right, that first song when like the EDM part comes in with the dun 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 dun. I wasn't ready. I fell out my chair.
I had never gotten like a stank face to Troye Sivan before, but this one
Same.
I stank face to Troye Sivan. I was
Same.
like, I had a couple moments where I was like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
like, it was pretty wild. I wasn't prepared at all.
I was not ready. I really was not ready. I think this is the best body of work he's ever put out, in my opinion, just because it's very tight.
Yeah.
It's every single
Yes.
song is necessary. Every single song is a bop. He used the same two producers, the whole thing, so it's consistent sounding. It's just
Yes.
really good. Like it's kind of a culmination of what he's done before. Because I liked Bloom a lot. I thought his first album
Yeah.
was good but too long. But I liked Bloom a lot, and then now seeing there's a couple things on Bloom that I was like, okay. And then now it's just
Yeah. For
like
sure.
I'm taking the best pieces of me and new pieces of me, and I'm putting them together, and I'm not having no features, and it's incredible.
Hmm
It's fantastic. It's just him and two producers, and that's it. Like
It's so good.
it's so
I remember I was
good.
playing Destiny with Troy, our good friend Troy, and he was like, "Hey, you should listen to this right now." And I said, "Okay." And so I turned it on, and I was like, "Oh my god, this slaps!" And I've listened to it like 2, 3 times since.
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
"This is really good."
It's so good. I listened to it again today just to like remind myself. Like it's fantastic. I was looking forward to it because I do like Troye Sivan, but I wasn't going into this expecting like to walk away with the reaction that I did, where both you and me were just like, wait, hold up, why is this like fire for like no absolute reason? Like it's so
Yeah,
good. I told a couple other people to listen to it, and they came back and they're like, this is incredible. And I was like, I know. So Super good. In a Dream, new EP by Troye Sivan. Go check it out. But then let us talk about our good friend, the Blackest of Bears, Blackbear, with his new
Black
album,
Bear. It's so
Everything
good.
Means Nothing. Yeah, it's so good. Everything Means
It's
Nothing.
great. Honestly didn't expect Hot Girl Bummer to be on here.
I honestly didn't either. I thought that was a
I
Lucy,
really didn't
just
expect it to. Yeah.
one-off platinum
I thought it was just
single.
like a casual, like little here, have this. Because it didn't
Yeah.
to me it didn't really fit like with like the kind of more serious stuff.
Mm-mm. But at
But
the
then
same
he also is
time, he
yeah,
did,
he's always kind of done that. Like really
yeah,
like poppy, bouncy song and then
Do Re Mi.
your heart out. Yeah.
Yeah, Do Re Mi, and then like going into like two moods, like just yeah, he
Dirty
always
Laundry I had after Wasted Away on Dead Roses. Like,
For You is
like
the
you are
opener, and then everything,
yes.
the whole rest of the album is nothing but depression, like straight up.
Oh, is it like sometimes I want to die into uh Bad Love on Kashmir News? Like,
Literally the dichotomy. I
oh
mean,
my God,
the
it's great.
title says it all, where he says everything means nothing, right? Just that he is a dichotomous artist, right?
Yes.
That's just him. And also is interesting that he was like, he announced this like a month and a half ago and said, I'm putting out the first half, which is the first 6 songs of it, out late July, and then the other
Yeah.
half and the whole album is going to be out the 21st of August. So like we sat with Hot Girl Bummer, Me and Your Ghost, and Queen of Broken Hearts as singles, and then he put
Mm-hmm.
I Feel Too Much, I Felt That, and I Feel Bad with them in a package deal. And we sat
Yeah.
with that for 4 weeks, and then he gave us the other 6 songs with two features: Trevor Daniel, Super Hot Right
Mm-hmm.
Now, and Love,
Love.
which makes absolute sense. I
He also has
really,
another number one right now too, like outside
yeah,
of this album with Machine Gun Kelly,
yeah.
my ex's best friend.
Yep, he just won a VMA for My Ex's Best Friend. He also did a
No, it was
song.
for Bloody Valentine.
Oh, to Play Valentine. You right. So he didn't win a VMA, but he was at that performance and he was
He did.
performing. He was
It was
performing.
great.
Um,
I love them being like them working together is so formidable because they're both really good songwriters and
yeah,
just
that
have
song is
that
fantastic.
distinctly unique style. And I think that's really cool that they came together in that way.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
song
watch the
is
music
great.
video? I know I got distracted from Everything Means Nothing, but did you watch the video?
Yeah, I watched the video. I watched the VMA's performance. I watched their TikTok they did on it. It was great. All
Oh,
of
just
it
when they're
was,
standing there e-boying it up.
yeah, just being an e-boy is like, it was great.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, Bear's putting in the work, right? He did the MGK song. He did a song with Charlie Puth recently as well. It's gonna probably be on Charlie Puth's next album. Also, two fantastic songwriters. And then he also
Yes.
did a song for Madden. Did you see that? It's called Lil Bit.
I did
Yo,
not.
you know, oh my gosh, this song took me by surprise. It dropped the same day as the Charlie Puth song, but
Mm-hmm.
it's on the Madden 2K21 official album. There's a
Okay.
number of other tracks on there, new Jack Harlow,
Yeah.
new Anderson Paak, what have you. But this is hip hop to its fullest extent, but
Yeah.
by Blackbear, and it is very interesting. I enjoyed it.
I'll listen to it as soon as we're done recording because that sounds nuts. I
Yeah,
want to hear that.
you should listen to it. It's really interesting and just like a little bit. But yeah, Everything Means Nothing. I enjoyed this a lot.
Mm.
I loved the first half that he dropped. Like I love that he put his 3 singles together as a pack,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had the I Feel Somethings as a pack,
Mm-hmm.
and then 6 more
Yeah.
songs that were like, it's like 3 EPs in one kind of. Um, at first I was like, I don't know how to feel about the second half, but then I enjoyed it a lot. Sabe and Cabo is great. It moves fast. It's a great
Yeah.
album. It's very
It,
well
it mo-
rounded.
I did say it. This is one of his best flowing projects since like Salt. I
Mm-hmm.
think. Because like Salt was held together, even though it was like a 5 minute project, it was held together by that consistent snap track that just went through the whole thing.
Man,
And this kind of felt like it had a very powerful flow to it.
is Salt the best thing in your opinion that he's ever released, like project wise? What is your favorite
Oh
Black
no,
project?
no. My favorite Blackbird project is Cashmere News or Dead Roses. More
That's
leading
real.
towards Cashmere News, but
Cashmere News is very, very tight for me. It's very good. I also don't want to
Salt
say
means the most to me just
Salt is
because
so good.
Salt is incredible. If you haven't listened to it, Salt is on SoundCloud and like YouTube only. And it is
It
a
is
5-minute EP for
it
3
is
songs.
3 tracks that he recorded in Salt Lake City, Utah.
After a girl like just ghosted him, and so he took his friends to Utah and they wrote
And they made
an
an
EP in
EP.
a hot tub.
Yeah,
Um,
it's incredible.
and it's 3 very it's Jealousy. What's the second song?
Oh, I'm blanking on it too.
It's Jealousy something, and then Fashion Week is the last song. But there are 3
Fashion
very,
Week.
very unique things that happen, and it's like you can't really explain.
Indecision.
Yes, that's it. But there are 3 very distinct songs that are, like you said, it's a minute 40, a minute 28, and 2 minutes
There
and
it
a
is.
second.
Yeah.
It is so good, and it's so short that you're gonna be like, wait, I want more. And then he's like, nope, this is it. And he never does these live. Like, I'm probably about 400,000 of these listens, if I'm being honest. Because I remember being in our dorm at BSC when this came out, and I was like, oh, I think Blackbear just posted something. And you guys went, oh, okay, let's listen to it. And we were like, oh, this is nuts. This is really good. What is he going through? And why am I crying?
It's wild, right? Salt is like, no one knows what Salt is because it's just on SoundCloud and it was super random. He posted about it once. It just happened. Fantastic though. Very solid body of work. I think my favorite, not maybe favorite, but I think the best project he's maybe ever put out is Anonymous, because it's long, but it's consistent and tight. That was a really good album in my opinion. Every song was so interesting and intriguing. And then you put NYLA on there, like finally, had a project for it. But
that was good.
But I really like Everything Means Nothing. I think, yeah, you're right. I think it maybe be the perfect medium. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's right in the middle. It's just 37 minutes, 12 tracks, 2 features.
Yeah. It's a very bearable listen.
It's a very,
time-wise.
Literally, it is a very bearable listen. Like, it's just perfect. It's like the perfect idea of Bear. It is perfect for hardcore fans like us. It is perfect for newcomers. It's fantastic. Very impressed with our boy Black Bear. Ball is back now into your court, sir.
So that just reminded me how much we really just need to do a Black Bear episode.
I know, right?
Because I could, like, every time we met, I was like, oh, but what about Help? And like, well, oh, what about this one? I was like, oh man, I forgot about Drink Bleach. Like, there's just so many. Black Bear is an incredible artist, one of the best songwriters. Because we also have to talk about Mansions, or can we not include Mansions because it's a separate entity?
Oh, okay. If we're including Mansions here, Mansions is the best thing he's ever put out, in my opinion.
Yes.
If we're not including Mansions, I'm going back to Anonymous.
Okay. I don't think we should include Mansions because that has Mike Posner on it.
I think, it kind of is a separate entity. It's a different artist.
Yeah. It's a different, because him and Mike Posner together is like all 5 Infinity Stones. It's just like you're done.
Yeah, literally.
They gave us one of the most addicting songs of all time, just casually. I bet that took them 45 minutes to write.
Yeah.
In Boyfriend by Justin Bieber. Like, anyway, we could do a whole Mansions episode, and they've only done 1 album, so they're really good. All right, so. Really, the kind of last thing I wanted to touch on is, so I accidentally clicked on this single called Thong Song by Amber Mark when I was just kind of listening, like going through and listening to music under the new releases page on Spotify. And I was like, oh, this look. And it started playing, and I was like, wait, this is the Thong Song by Cisco in a way that I've never imagined hearing it before. And it kind of slaps. And I say kind of, like, it really, really slaps. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I kept listening to it. Then as it ended, I saw she did Nirvana's Heart Shaped Box. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening right now? And I really had to stop listening and go back to work after Heart Shaped Box because this was yesterday while I was filming. But just these two are incredible. And I was like, I'd never heard of Amber Mark, but I'm going to do my proper homework this coming week and be able to talk about her as an artist more, because it was really, really interesting to hear like a take like this on these songs, because the thong song is probably one of the most distinctive songs of all time. Like if you say the thong song around a group of people, everybody will go like thong 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 thong. Like it's just like a natural reaction at this point.
Yeah.
But to kind of hear that flipped to like almost a different perspective a little bit is really, really interesting. But yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about today. It's a little bit shorter. I feel like we're in that August space where there's a lot and also nothing happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, false. I do have one more thing to talk about. So
Okay.
I didn't talk about any dubstep today, and
Shocker.
I feel like I have to, or else I can't call myself a dubstepper. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said that. That was so stupid. Anyway, there's a guy out there named Ace Aura, and he put out an EP called Reset Environment, and it is so good. So it's called it's dubstep, but it's also called future rhythm, and genres is weird. But this is one of the most distinct sounding records that I've ever heard. And like it's in a way where it makes you feel like the transformation sequences from Code Lyoko.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
if you like, that's the best way I can describe it. It feels like all of the best parts of what you think Code Lyoko was, because Code Lyoko does not hold up that well if you go back and
It
watch it
does not.
nowadays. But like everything that you thought Code Lyoko was when you were younger is exactly what this sounds like. It's very colorful, and the way it sounds, and he's just so talented. And this EP is absolutely ridiculous. So please go listen to that if you just kind of want something different. It's great to run to. It's great to like just if you're doing like a really quick 20-minute hit workout. If you put this on, you will get through it in no time at all. And also the artwork is really, really cool.
The artwork and the typography is fantastic because you see like he underscores this, and then you have regenerate, reopening, revitalize with your eyes. So cool.
And the song's called Iris.
It's also called Iris, hypersonic, resound, prism, refraction. Like the thought process of like the packaging of this is absolutely fantastic.
If you scroll down to through his like discography and you get down to like 2019, I also think you'll really like the way the songs Nucleus and Kaleidoscope are presented in their album artwork, because it's very simple but also very, very distinctive.
Oh right,
there you go.
Super cool. That is dope. Like yeah, packaging and like just thinking about even in the streaming age, like how you present like your art beyond the sound of it, like through your cover art, through your typography, through how even long your song is, or your promo style is like really important. And it's like another way for like you to express yourself.
And he's
I'm a big fan.
really, really great at it. Like everything is so focused and like encompasses a sound. That's like it's color based, like color future. I like color based a lot better because it really does sound like somebody's playing colors. Like in a kind of like a synesthesia kind of way, where it's like you kind of just sat down and like every sound kind of makes you feel a different kind of vibe. And I would be very interested to see him do a live performance on like a really big stage with just all of the lights and all of the lasers, just because I feel like that would be so cool to witness underneath it, because you could so much just like these songs were made for a laser show. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it actually.
Nice. I've just got 3 more singles to take us home here. So the 3 singles that all came out August 21st. I'm now going to talk about 3 singles that came out the week of August 28th. So first one is my boy Big Sean is finally dropping his 4th studio album, Detroit 2, on September 4th.
Time.
It's about time, because he said he was going to drop it before Coachella because he's performing at Coachella. Coachella gets canceled.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I get more time now. I'm going to go, take my time on this. So he finally announced it September 4th. We'll talk about it next episode for sure. But the first single had Nipsey Hussle on it, which, big deal. I mean,
I was surprised about that. Yeah.
I was
I
shocked.
didn't realize he had a Nipsey verse.
I didn't realize he had a Nipsey verse in the can, but he'd been sitting on it, from a long time ago, because Nipsey even said, like, in that interview, he samples, like, I've got something with Big Sean. So this is obviously over a year and a half old as far as features go, right? And this is the album's cover art on here. Like, these boys are playing drums, but they're floating, and there's flowers shooting out. A lot of floral thing. I mean, he did, what was it? Single Again was all about roses in the music video. He has t-shirts that have the rose with D on it for Detroit, like Detroit pride, let's go. Born there, let's go. But I really love the last album he did. So I am looking forward
hope this
to
one's
the
good.
album. I think it's going to slap. I think it's going to slap because he's been putting out teasers of other songs.
I wonder if he's going to get Eminem on there again. I think that would be cool.
I did too. He says he has Lil Wayne. He has Lil Wayne. He has Nipsey. That's all we know so far. But I'm assuming track list is coming out like Thursday. So we're going to see.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really, really solid. Speaking of, people who can just, rap, no longer is he named YBN Cordae. He is now named just Cordae because YBN is no longer, apparently.
There's only one left, and he's not that good anyway.
Yeah. So there's
I said what I said.
He's from Alabama too. But recently Cordae, newly named Cordae, released a song for his birthday called Gifted. Talk about perfect marketing. Here's my gift to you, fans. And it has Roddy Ricch. It had a video directed by the famous Cole Bennett. And it's not really
video
samples.
Is the calmest Cole Bennett video I've ever seen. I just have to say that.
I know, because every time Cole Bennett directs a video, it's like this wild, trippy, weird.
Yeah, it's a journey.
It's a journey, but like this was just like there's no After Effects on this because usually he goes back to the drawing board and like puts a bunch of After Effects and editing on there. There's no editing on this. Like it's just him filming, which I thought was cool.
It's just a video. It's great.
Yeah, because for like it not being his like typical bag. The video is fantastic. Yeah. So I was really impressed with Cole Bennett.
It complemented the song well.
It did. And
I think it complemented the song the best.
Exactly.
Because usually Cole Bennett's videos complement their songs very well, like Godzilla or mixed personalities with YNW Melly and Kanye.
Yeah.
Like both of those videos fit the songs, and I feel like
Harlow, What's Poppin'.
Like, yeah. And What's Poppin' was also very simple too.
Exactly.
Relatively.
Yeah, What's Poppin' was also relatively like simple, lots of practical effects. But like Cordae is very much a grounded, like his aesthetic is very grounded, right? It's kind of almost old school. It's very simple. It's very clean. His fashion
for sure
is always clean. This is the man who returned shoes on sneaker shopping. The only person to ever do that. He's one for the realism and for the people because he's a 21-year-old who came from like nothing. So he knows like the value of dollar. So I was like, I don't know how I feel about Cole Bennett directing this video at first, but then he came through and I was like, yep, this kid's incredible. This song also features uncredited vocals from Ant Clemens at the beginning and the end. Yeah, I thought it was a sample. It's not a sample. It's original uncredited vocals from Ant Clemens, who is someone who's runs with Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign, that kind of West Coast camp. Great
That's really
voice.
Cool.
Yeah, super cool.
I knew his voice sounded familiar. I was like, huh.
I wonder if I thought I was like, oh, maybe I've heard this sample song before. No, I looked it up. It's Ant Clemens' original vocals. But no, this song is fantastic.
It's super tight.
The song is fantastic. Cordae really, once again proves, he's the man. He can rap. He's, one of the future part of the generation of where we're going in this genre. But also, I just want to say, like I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of Roddy, but when that man comes in and said, me and Shawty connected like the Wi-Fi. It's so good. There's something about it. Like
clever.
He's so clever. Like the wording, of it, the singing, the notes that are up and down. It's not auto-tune. It's legitimately his voice.
Yeah, he knows how to use his voice, which a lot of rappers who try to sing don't know how to use their voice very well.
Yep.
And so it's nice to hear somebody because he will do a specific, like he doesn't go outside his box, no pun intended. Um, like but it's all, everything is very distinct, and I think I didn't realize that I needed them to collab until I heard
I
it.
didn't either. I did
I did
not.
not realize I needed them to collab.
Same.
That was really cool.
I was impressed. But then lastly, you know, the man just doesn't stop. He
Oh
doesn't
man,
stop. It is once again Abel Tesfaye, otherwise known as The Weeknd, back at it again with none other than Calvin Harris for a new song called Over Now. I'm assuming that maybe this is more than likely a Calvin Harris new single, similar to like
definitely.
who was it? Hyperion Galantis,
Mm-hmm.
with the We Started the Fire song, whatever.
Yeah.
Weeknd tends to do a lot of EDM. Cashmere Cat, him work a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably going into like Calvin Harris. I low key think that it is the whole like, remember the last like Summer Jams Volume 1 thing he did with like
Yeah.
Slide by Frank Ocean and Migos?
Yeah.
I think
I
this
think
is the
this is
second
gonna be
volume.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Volume 2. Like looking at the cover art of it, it's like this desaturated like summer spring vibes.
Yeah.
I love that album as well. So I'm looking forward to if I'm correct, and if so, who's going to be featured on it, because all it is him meeting with other artists and making dope songs that are like summer
I'm excited
vibes.
for it. I won't even
Yeah.
front.
So that's my
That'll be
theory.
cool.
But this
Yeah.
song is incredible. Like Calvin Harris killed this production. Like it's like 70s, 80s disco bop. It's so good.
I'm a little wary of Calvin Harris, not gonna lie. Just because like I know he's a great producer and like his Love Regenerator stuff is incredible. I just can't get over feel so close to you and just hearing that all day every day when I was a lifeguard. Just hearing
Yeah. He can tend to get overplayed, I
and like
think.
that. Yeah, but like after that, like all of his songs that he made that did get on the radio, I really enjoyed, except for that one with Taylor Swift.
They broke up anyways.
But
So
he did.
it didn't work out.
But you know me, I just hate on Taylor Swift all the time. She don't care about me. She make enough money. Nah, but for real, I think it was cool. I do agree with you. It's going to be like another summer type thing. I'm curious to see, because usually whenever Calvin Harris does summer releases, Diplo and Major Lazer also do summer releases, and I'm wondering if we're gonna get that this year.
Right.
Like a big major summer release from Major Lazer, because like the last time they really did like a U.S. pop song was when they did No Better with Camila Cabello and Travis Scott and Quavo, and that was really great. But I was like, it's kind of been weird without Major Lazer this summer. And I know that they've been doing some like funk songs and whatnot, and I know this year has been weird, so maybe they're just saving it up to do a big one next year. But I'll be interested to see if we all of a sudden get surprised Major Lazer when Calvin Harris does his big song dunk at the end of the summer.
Yeah, man, maybe. Who knows? It was so random because it was just like last weekend, like him and The Weeknd just post like over now this Friday. I'm like, this man doesn't stop. Like dropped like the album, like one of the best albums of the year, then made a deluxe version of it, made an EP version of it, made a song with Juice WRLD, made this song, made a Doja Cat remix, like just doesn't stop. Won a VMA award for best video of the year for Blinding Lights. Like
gave us one of the best animated music videos of all time.
It's one of the best made music video of all time. Performed on the Hudson Yards Tower live in New York City by himself. Like it's crazy. And didn't even tour. Didn't even tour. Like
didn't even tour.
We're talking also too, probably going to be the longest running song on the radio charts of all time, because he's over 20 weeks by now at this point. Like it's going to be that way for a while.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane. Like to think too, if you look at the numbers on Spotify, his number one most streamed song of all time is Starboy. Okay.
Yes. Which also surprises me.
I agree, but it was also a big hit. He was already did Beauty at the time, Starboy
Yeah.
happens. It was perfectly dropped marketing wise because it's like he cut his hair. He's David Bowie. Starboy. Oh my gosh! Like it
He
was
kills
like
himself in that video.
goes up in the video. Like it was perfectly timed marketing wise to insert it into the mind of every
canon
person in the world. Yeah, and
And
it's been
the song
out.
does slap.
The song slaps, but it's been out for like now 4 years, and it's amassed over 1 billion streams. Do you realize though that Blinding Lights is like 100,000 streams shy of that?
What?
Yeah, it's
Already?
it's very
Wow.
it's very close. Like, let me show you this. Actually, it's less.
That's
Wow,
ridiculous.
It's even less, bro. Here's Starboy, most streamed song of all time for him, almost at 1.5 billion. Blinding Lights is almost at 1.4. Not even out a year.
That was so fast.
So fast, right? Because once again, it is like one of the highest streamed songs of this year. It's insane.
Also, I'm surprised In Your Eyes is so high, if I'm being completely honest.
This is though, think about this top 5 is what's popular for him right now. The total numbers aren't reflected because like Smile, it, you know, is nothing in comparison to these songs. It's just like In Your Eyes, he also had the remix with Doja Cat. So like,
oh yeah,
it's a pretty popular one. I also feel
love that The Hills is just hanging on.
The Hills is hanging on.
Call Out My Name.
Can't Feel My Face is still over 1 billion as well. Which also Beauty Behind the Madness, happy 5-year anniversary as of last week. Did I buy the 5-year anniversary repressed vinyl? I sure did.
Oh, dude, we have to listen to it when it gets here.
I bought it. I made.
Oh, that's gonna be ridiculous.
I made $85 off of selling video games that I don't play at Second and Charles, and then I took that and I immediately took it over and spent it on the vinyl.
Hey, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. I'll bring tissue when we listen to it.
Yeah,
so we just sit there and cry.
I listened to it again on the anniversary. I listened to Angel. I cried. Like it just happens.
Shameless ruins me every time.
Like I didn't even look at what songs are being played. I just wanted to kind of naturally filter it, and every song came around, and every time a song came on, I was like, "Wait, this is on this album. Wait, this song is a bop. Like, hold up, everyone pause. So this is so good." Like
I went back to watch the video for Tell Your Friends, and I was like, and for a moment I forgot that he ended the video with Real Life.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it started and I went and I got so hyped and I was like, oh wait, I knew this. Why am I this excited?
Yeah.
I've known this for a very long time. But
yeah, man, you forget it's
so good.
He's got a discography. He's a genius. But yeah.
Also, Dark Times with Ed Sheeran is a very underrated Ed Sheeran song.
I completely agree.
More people to realize that.
I completely agree.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran bodies. And they haven't worked together since.
I'm so glad that we got to see that tour.
Yeah, that tour's insane.
And I'm so glad he started it with the beginning of the album. I like it when if you're gonna do an album tour,
I agree.
You start with either the first song on your album or like the song that has been pushed the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the big hit.
Yeah.
Like Set It Off did it with their Midnight tour. They did Lonely Dance, which is probably the song that they pushed the most, was their intro. And I really like that. And having Real Life with that siren just be how the show starts.
Yeah.
Is great. Because the lights weren't even all the way off yet. Like the screen started doing a tornado and we all went, huh, that's new. And then all of a sudden, wow.
Yeah.
We all died a little bit.
He's a creative auteur. And he's getting mad respect right now. So we'll see, where Blinding Lights continues to go. We'll see what other awards pop up besides VMAs. People are thinking Grammys for him, which I totally agree with. I believe that he should and will get nominated. Definitely for Album of the Year. He should be on there. Songs, R&B song categories, whatever, wherever they want to put him. I believe will get it. And if he doesn't, I'm gonna need 5 good nominational reasons why. I need 5 good reasons because tell me.
After Hours is undeniable.
After Hours is incredible. It's so good, and we're gonna talk about it at the end of the year, big time. For sure. For sure.
We spent like 45 minutes on that one album.
Just one episode dedicated just to After Hours.
I'm just like, no matter where it is, we just have to agree to talk about it at the same time. So I will just skip it if it's lower than me, than you. And we'll just talk about it.
So it's number
Okay.
98, but I still want everyone to know that I'm going to talk about this for an hour.
I know it definitely won't be that low. It'll be
No.
top 20. I foresee.
It's top 10
I
for
foresee it
me.
being. I don't know what else is coming this year.
That's the thing.
I
What
need
else
to
is
grade a
coming?
ton of things, like just a ton of things to get ready for it. But I'll say it's going to be top 20. It's not going to drop below top. It's not going to drop below 25.
It's not dropped
I
below
will not
10.
allow it.
It's not dropped below 10 for me.
Mm.
But we'll see. Anywho, that is everything we have to offer. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our latest episode of Wrapped. You can find all of the music we talked about in tonight's episode now on Spotify. It is in the link in our bio via Linktree. If you go to any of our socials, whether it's Instagram, at Wrapped Podcast, Twitter at Podcast Wrapped, email us, wrapped Gmail, wrappedpodcast@gmail.com. You can find either of us on Instagram as well. We have the links in our bios. On top of that, so you can find all the music, you can find all the episodes. You can find us on YouTube now if you want to see our faces and our beautiful virtual backgrounds
Oh yeah,
here. Yeah, I almost forgot about them.
we're gonna run out of virtual background ideas
Nah,
very quickly.
I upload a new one every week, so I'm
Oh
getting
my god!
I'm getting new ones for the weekly meetings out here.
All right, I gotta step my game up. Then we'll
Oh
work on
yeah.
it. We'll work on it.
This one is just for tonight. This is just for this episode right here. So come look at these beautiful lanterns floating behind me on this river that I'm floating in. I think.
I'm gonna get episodes of Psychopaths to play behind me during these episodes, so y'all get some anime in.
I'm gonna get. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. Actually, I'm gonna get Anthony Fontano live reviewing After Hours behind me.
Oh my god!
Anywho, thank you all so much for listening, and we'll catch you again right here on Wrapped.
Peace, love, and happiness.
Peace.